What is a common entry? Bank account data to share application account data to share capital account. What do you mean by liquidation? Closing down of the company is called liquidation. What do you mean by forfeiture? Cancellation of a share for the non-payment of either allotment or the first call or the final call is called forfeiture, means cancellation. Hello, my dear student. I am Dr. B.S. Subramaniam, called by name Dr. B.S.S., Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidyashram First Aid College, a Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. I am going to hand Financial Accounting 3, Session 1, BBA, third semester is concerned. I am going to solve the question paper from October to November. So in the section A, I am going to deal with one issue of share, one liquidation, one redemption of preference share. So exam is so much near is there. Whatever we are going to solve, please take it to mind. Bring the good name to your institution, good name to your parents. We'll move on to your problem now. Total mass says no. 80 mass coverage, 15 mass question you have to answer 2, 10 mass you have to answer 3, 4 mass question you have to 5 mass question you have to answer 4. We give 6 question you have to answer any 4. We'll give the 4 question you have to answer any 2. Here no, 10 mass question we'll give the 5 you have to answer any 3. Which are the 15 mass questions are? One, we have got liquidation. One is issue of share, redemption of preference share, company final account, trading and profit statement of profit and loss account, and a balance sheet as per the company's hand. Regarding this 10 marks question, one is the bonus share, one is the redemption of preference share, one is the redemption of debenture. Other two are carrying the theory. Sometimes they may ask one question and one theory. Regarding a section C's guide, it coverage only theory. We'll ask about 6 questions. You have to answer any 4. We'll move on to problem now. This is a problem here. A limited company issue a prospectus inviting the application for 2,000 share of rupees 10 each at a premium of rupees 2 rupees per share. What's your face value? Your face value is rupees 10, issued at rupees 2 premium per share. Totally it is 12 rupees is there. Here how they have been split up now. First on application, then on allotment, then on first call, then on final call. So application were received for 3,000 shares and allotment was made pro rata to the applicants of 2,400 shares. Money overpaid on application was employed on account of some due on allotment. Whatever the excess money comes, that is adjusted to allotment. Ramesh holds 40 shares, fails to pay the first call and the final call. Shares were forfeited. Mohan holds how many shares? 60 shares. Fails to pay the final call. His share also forfeited. All the forfeited shares were reissued at rupees 9. Show the journal entry and pass the balance sheet is concerned. We see that here you have got applications is to shares. How many application received? 3,000 application received. For how many share? 2,000 share. So they accept, see that they accepted how much? 2,400. We mean to say that 600 application have been rejected. Balance is 2,400 application. For how many share? 2,000 share. If we cancel this now, divided by 4, 4 6 are, 4 5 are. This is called pro rata, proportionately accepted. Means if you want to have 5 share, you have to apply 6 application. If you want to have 10 share, you have to apply 12 application. Multiple of 5, multiple of 6. 5, 10, 15, 6, 12 and 18 is there. Then the problem say whatever the excess application comes, that is adjusted to allotment. When you receive the money, entries bank account data to share application account. When pay back the money, share application account data to bank account. So what's a bank account should be debited here, their bank account should be credited. When you receive the money, what's the entry? Bank account data to share application account. When you return the money, entry is share application account data to bank account. We'll move on to problem now. First entry, we received how many application? 3,000. What's the entry goes? Bank account data to share application account 6,000. We received 6,000. Actually, we require 2,000, but we receive 6,000. Next entry, share application account data 6,000. Actually, you require only 4,000. How much excess is there? 2,000. Out of that, 600 applications have been rejected and money have been refunded to bank account. Still, we have got an excess of how much? 800 adjusted to allotment. What's the entry? What's the common entry? Bank account data to share application to share capital is a common entry. Here, bank account data 6,000 to share capital account. How much? What is the common entry? Bank account data to share application account data to share capital account. If you say bank account data 6,000 to share application account 6,000, second entry, share application account data 6,000 to share capital 4,000 credited. Then how much you have got rejected? 600 to bank account. We pay back the money 1,200. How much still left over? 800 adjusted to allotment account to share allotment account. This entry you have to understand. Then due entry. Now next due entry, real entry. Due entry, real entry. You have to buy first entry, real entry, transfer entry. Next allotment, due entry, real entry, first call. Due entry, real entry, final call. Due entry, real entry, you have to pass. First, due entry. Share allotment account debtor 2,000 into 5, 10,000. To share capital 6,000. To share premium 4,000. Excess money. This is your premium. Then, actually we have to receive how much? 10,000. How much already received? 800 for allotment. What is the money due? 10,000. How much received more in application? 800. What's the balance? 9,200. Entry, bank account data 9,200 to share allotment account 9,200. So compensate. He pays more in application but less in allotment account. That's all. Then due entry for first call. What's the first call money? 3. What is the due entry? Share first call account data 2,000 into 3, 6,000. To share capital account 6,000. What's the due entry? Share first call account data to share capital account to the extent of 6,000. Here, the man who holds 40 share fails to pay. So, totally you call how many share? 2,000. Out of how many share money you could not receive? 40. What is the share money you are going to receive? 1,960 into 3 means 5,880 we are going to receive. What's the entry? Bank account data 5,880 to share first call account 5,880. Come back to final call, due entry, share final call account data 2,000 into 2, 4,000 to share capital account 4,000 due entry. Now, both the shareholder fail. Man who holds 40 share fails to pay. The man who holds 60 share also fails to pay. How many shares money you could not receive? 100. Out of 2,000, 100 money is not received means 2,000 minus 100 is equal to 1,900 into 2. Totally how many share? 2,000. How many share money you could not receive? 100. How many shares money you are going to receive? 1,900 to 3,800 to share final call account 3,800. So the entry have been formed. Now, there is a word called forfeiture. What do you mean by forfeiture? Cancellation of a share for the non-payment of either allotment or the first call or the final call is called a forfeiture means cancellation. Now, we are going to cancel how many share? No, 100 share. 40 share man, the man who holds 40 share fails to be the first call and the final call. The man who holds 60 share fails the final call. All the 100 shares have been forfeited. Now, it has been reissued at rupees 9. We'll pass the entry. Share capital account data. This is 100 into 10. 1,000. 2 forfeited share. How much already paid? Here, no. He already paid 40,000 share. Man holds how much? Application 2 rupees, allotment 3 rupees, 5. Second man holds how many share? 60 share, application 2, allotment 3, first call 3, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 8. This is 60 into 8. This is 200, 480 plus 200 is how much? 680 they have paid. How this is? 40 share man holds what? He holds 40 share, he paid application, he paid allotment 2 plus, don't take the premium into consideration because premium is already paid. No chance of no failure from the premium is considered. So 2 on application, 3 on allotment, 5 rupees has been paid. On how many share? 40 share. 40 into 5 is 200. The man who holds 60 share, paid application, paid allotment, paid first call. 2 on application, 3 on allotment, 3 on the first call, totally 8 has been paid. This is already paid. Paid. Now, first man fails to pay the first call. On how many share? 40. 40 into 3 is 120 is fail. Fails to pay. Final call, both have been failed. Both 100 into 2. Fails to pay. So already paid how much? 680. First man fails to pay 120. Both are fails to pay is 200. Totally, you got only 680 rupees is there. We receive a cash of 680. Now we have got 100 share that can be reissued to another man. At what rate? At rupees 9. Entry, bank account data 100 into 9. 900. Forfeited share account data 100 into 1. 100, 2 share capital 1000. Reissued at what rate? At rupees 9. 100 into 9, 900. 100 into 1, 100. Totally 1000. So this is a loss. This is a gain. How much is the gain? 680. How much is the loss? 100. What's the difference? 580. Last entry, forfeited shares account data to capital zone 580. Because of the forfeiture, you got how much money more? 580. That will be kept in the reserve. If there is any shortage of funds come, this money will be utilized as a capital. So forfeited share account data to capital account, the excess money is there. It has been kept aside. If the company suffers any loss, by chance they could not make the capital, this money will be utilized as a capital is concerned. Now, before preparing the balance sheet, we will go to bank account. Here, see that how much you receive on application. If you see the entry, you can understand. First entry, how much you receive on application? 6,000. How much you return? 1,200. So you receive 6,000. How much return? 1,200. You receive an allotment 9,200. You receive on the debit what comes in. We all receiving money. We receive an application, receiving allotment, receiving the first call, receiving the final call by reissue. Last entry, see that? How much you got? You see that? Bank account here now. Forfeited and forfeited share capital account data. To share capital, share final call, bank account data, 9,000. To share final call, share capital account data, share capital account here now. This is bank account data, forfeited shares account data. We receive how much? 9 entry. When the shares are forfeited, share capital account data, 2 forfeited share account, 2 share first call account, 2 share. When you reissue the entry, issued at what rate? 9. We receive to the bank account. Bank account data 100 into 9, 900. Forfeited share account data 100. How much money you receive? 100 rupees. This is totally 900. Totally we received how much money? 25,780. How much you return? 1,200. Your cash at bank comes under 24,580. This entry you must be careful. It is not share capital. Reissue entry. Bank account data. Forfeited shares account data to share capital. We repeat the entry. First forfeited entry. Share capital account data. 2 forfeited shares account. 2 arrears account. Reissue entry. Bank account data, forfeited shares account data to share capital. How much excess money will come? That will be transferred to capital reserve. In your cash at bank, how much you got? 24,580. Then there is no authorized capital issued and paid up. 2,000 shares of 10 each. 20,000 we have received. In second heading is reserve and surplus. Here we'll get only 2 points. Which are the 2 points? One is the share premium, one is the capital reserve. In the last entry, we got a capital reserve of 580. If you see the share premium in allotment account, see that share allotment account, share premium, how much is there? 4,000 is there, no? Here share premium, totally it will come 24,580. Your current asset, cash at bank is 24,580. It will tally for 24,580. Is last year problem? Then another point, no, if any asset is purchased by issuing the share, the entry is asset account data to vendor account data to share capital account, whichever asset you want. If you purchase the machinery account data to vendor account data to share capital. If you purchase the building account data to vendor account data to share. So that building value will come on the asset side when they assume that we paid 1 lakh for the sake of building. So building will come under fixed asset 1 lakh. Here also 1 lakh rupees is also there by issuing the share. Both the side will come, one on the liability side, one on the asset side. So building is a fixed asset. We write here fixed asset building 1 lakh. Here also issuing the share, how much? 1 lakh rupees will come. Hope entry, asset account data to vendor account data to share capital account. So it is a building account data to vendor account data to share capital. If they ask if any asset is purchased. So we'll move on to next problem now. Now this is a case of the liquidation. Mysore Chemicals Limited went into voluntary liquidation. What do you mean by liquidation? Closing down of the company is called liquidation. There are two types of liquidation. One is called voluntary liquidation, another is called compulsory liquidation. If all the shareholders agree the company suffers a loss, we are in a position to clear the debt. All the shareholder is not in a position to clear the debt, company automatically close with a mutual consultation, that is called the consultation voluntarily. So sometimes if they are doing the illegal business, the court will order to close down the entire business is considered. So entire company is called, that is called compulsory liquidation. Here it is voluntary liquidation, only mutual adjustment of the shareholder and the creditor and the debenture holder, the company has been closed down. Then what's the reason? I'll tell you. If you see the balance sheet, no, here we got 3,45,000 on the asset side. We mean to say it's a loss, heavy loss. How much heavy loss the company is considered? 3,45,000. That is why the company has been liquidated. The company has been closed down. When the company has been liquidated, a man will be appointed as a liquidator, a legal advisor of the company. From the High Court, he may be appointed. From the Supreme Court, may be appointed. It's only managing directors can appoint one man who look after the entire what's called entire liquidation process is legally liquidation process is considered. That man be called as liquidator. Liquidator is a person appointed by the managing directors or the committee is considered, or he may is nothing but he is a legal advisor. He may appointed by the court is considered making the proceedings are concerned. So what is the first duty of the liquidator? He will come and say, what's up? Why the company has been liquidated? What's the reason for? It is a voluntary liquidation or compulsory liquidation. Once you understand this, it may be compulsory, it may be voluntary. What is the next thing he will know? He find out what are the value of the asset. He see the balance sheet. What are the value of the asset he has got? What are the value of the liability he has to pay? How many equity shareholders share? How many preference shareholders share? How many debentures are? He will go through. That means he find out what is the value of the asset and the value of the liability. This is the first step. Next, what he will do, he will sell what he realizes, we say, sell one by asset. So when you say sell one by asset, your cash at bank will be raised. Already in your cash at bank, how much is there? 2 lakh. By selling the other asset, your cash at bank will be raised. Then he makes the payment according to company's act. That should be in the order only. First, you have to pay to secure creditor. Then you have to pay the legal expenses, liquidator remuneration, percentage on asset realized, percentage on preferential creditor, percentage on unsecured creditor, then you have to pay the liquidation, then you have to pay the debenture, their interest, then you have to pay the preferential creditor, then you have to pay the unsecured creditor, then you have to pay the preference shareholder, their dividend. If the amount is left over, it should be paid to equity shareholder. So, what's the procedure? First, no, he will realize the asset. Once he realizes the asset, he will make the payment as per the Companies Act is considered. He will go with the act. No, first he has to pay to the secured creditor, legal expenses, liquidator remuneration, in that percentage on asset realized, percentage on preferential creditor, percentage on unsecured creditor, then liquidation expenses, then debenture, their interest, preferential creditor, then unsecured creditor, preferential holder, in that preference share capital, their dividend. If any amount is left over, that goes to equity shareholder. Here, one point to be bear in mind: whether the company is having the money or not, they have to pay the preference shareholder. That money should be made good of by equity shareholder, collecting from the equity shareholder only. If there is a shortage of funds comes, no, we have to pay to whom? Preference shareholder. That money should be brought by equal shareholder according to their share, according to their holding of the shares is considered. So it's a must. You have to pay the debenture, you have to pay the preference shareholder and dividend. If there is a shortage come, that should be collected from the equity shareholder. It's a law. So we'll move on to problem now. This is your asset side, the liability side. Then the liquidator is entitled commission of 2% on all the asset realized except cash, and 3% amount distributed among the unsecured creditor. Even preferential creditor also unsecured. In the problem, if they mention other than, the word is other than, then don't calculate on preferential creditor. Then creditor includes preferential creditor 50,000, secured creditor 1,50,000, mortgage of land and building, and preference dividend were in arrears for how many years? 2 years. These are all the asset realized. The expense of liquidation is 70,000. Prepare means the date of the balance sheet itself, you are going to make the payment. The payment has to be made here on 31/3/2019 only. No further dates are given. So no calculation of debenture interest is considered. So here, if you see your balance sheet, what's your creditor? 3 lakh. If there's a BP is there, that should be added here. If there is any income tax come on the liability, it is called preferential creditor. Careful here. Creditor is there, okay. If there is a BP, that should be added to creditor. If there is any income tax is there, that income tax is called preferential creditor. Preferential creditor. Here, your creditor is how much? 3 lakh. Calculation of unsecured creditors. Calculation of unsecured creditor. As per the problem, your creditor is 3 lakh. Creditors is equal to 3 lakh minus preferential creditors as per the problem. How much is the preferential creditor? Here preferential creditor is 50,000. Deduct 2,50,000 minus secured creditors $1,50,000. So balance is 1 lakh, which is considered as unsecured creditors. What's the procedure? Total creditor is 3 lakh. In that preferential creditor is 50,000. Balance is 2,50,000 minus secured creditor is 1,50,000. Balance is 1 lakh, which is called unsecured creditor. This working note we have to do it in exam. Then preference dividend into, you see that problem. Preference in one in arrears for how many years? 2 years is there. We see that 6,000, 8% preference share of 100 each. What's the value? 6 lakh. What's the rate of dividend is 8% for how many years? 2 years. Preference dividend. Working note number 2. This is 1. Preference dividend for 2 years. What's the value? See that 6 lakh is there. 6 lakh. What's the percentage? 8%. How many years are there? 2 years are there. So 8% means 48 into 2, 96,000. Totally we have to pay 6 lakh plus 96,000 is 6 lakh 96,000 should be paid. You must pay 6 lakh 96,000 should be paid. We'll move on to problem now. What's your cash at bank as per the balance sheet? 2 lakh. By selling the asset, we realize on the building 3 lakh 20,000, on machinery 4 lakh 80,000, on patent 90,000, on stock 1 lakh 50,000, on debtor 2 lakh 25,000. Total amount realized is 12 lakh 65,000, and you already existing how much is there? 2 lakh. Totally in the hands of the liquidator, how much money is there? 14 lakh 65,000 is there. How much money? 14 lakh 65,000 is there. Now he starts with the payment. By secured creditor, he pays 1 lakh 50,000. Then there is no legal expenses, liquidator remuneration. 2% on asset realized. What's your asset realized? 12 lakh 65,000. On the 2% is 25,300. Your preferential creditor is 50,000. 3% that is unsecured creditor. I already told, even the preferential creditor also unsecured. 3% on 50 is 1,500. Your unsecured creditor is 1 lakh. 1 lakh into 3 as per the working note, 3,000. If we add all the 3, it works out 29,800. Out of the amount, money has been reduced to 29,800. Then liquidation expenses 70,000 we have to pay. Here no, 70,000 we have to pay. Liquidation expense is 70,000. Your debenture value is 5 lakh. On that interest is outstanding, that is given in the exam. Interest on which how much? 20,000 is there. Totally we have to pay 5 lakh 20,000. Then once you pay this now, then you have to pay the preferential creditor. Then you have to pay to the unsecured creditor. Once you pay this now, whether the money is not there or not there, you have to pay the what's called the preferential creditor. If we see that now, we got how much money? 14 lakh 65,000. 14 lakh 65,000 minus 1 lakh 50,000 minus 29,800 minus 70,000 minus 5 lakh 20,000 minus 50,000 minus 1 lakh. So 5 lakh 45, 200 is there, but we have to pay how much money? 6 lakh 96,000. You have to pay here, no? You have to pay 6 lakh 96,000 to whom? Preferential creditor. How much available? 5 lakh 45, 200. So there's a difference of 1,50,800. That means if we add figure up to here, no, the total payment will come 5,45,200 will come. You have to pay the money left over is only 5,45,200. But we have to pay the preferential creditor how much money? 6,96,000. How much is the shortage? Deficiency 1,50,800. I will show with detail how you have to work out. Your total receipt is 14,65,000. Your total payment is 16,15,000. See that? 16,15,800. So how much money typical shortage? 1,50,800. So what is my logic argument has gone? I have to pay how much money? 1,50,800. If you see the question, pay here now, question now. Here, 3,000 equity share 100 each, 75 paid out. 5,000 equity share 100, 60 paid out. He is paid 60 rupees, he paid 75. What I did my logic argument now, I collected 15 rupees from 5,000 share. To make them equal, how much here paid? 60 rupees. How much he paid? 70. Or another way you can do, you can take the ratio 75:60 also you can take. But what I did now, I took how much money? 15 rupees from him to make equal. Same thing I have done. 15. Total yes is 1,50,800. How much I collected? 5,005. This is collected 75,000 I collected. How much shortage has come? 75,000. Now both the shareholders are equal. Divided by 8,000 share per shareholder 9,475 is the deficiency. Nothing but loss. Nothing but loss. Each shareholder suffered a loss of how much? 9.475. They have suffered a loss. Now, here, first shareholder, 5,000 shareholder, how much loss he suffered? 5,000 in 9.475. 47,375 he suffered a loss. He has to pay how much? 47,375. Second man has to pay how much? 28,425. Totally it will work out 75,800. Come back, how much collected? First, already collected how much? 75,000. Further collected how much? 47,375. Totally how much I collected? 1,22,375 from how many shareholders? 5,000 shareholders. Here. Then, second shareholder, 3,000 share. How much he is going to pay? 28,425. Total shortage is 1,58,000 can be made good half. Totally 1,50,800. I collected 75,000. How much shortage? 75,800 will come. That can be divided by two shareholder, 8,000 shareholder. Per shareholder loss is how much? 9.475. I collected from 5,000. How much I collected? 47,375. From the second man, how much he collected? 28,425. Totally I collected 75,800. First man already paid how much? 75,000 is already paid plus 47,375. Totally how much he paid? 1,22,375 paid. Second man paid how much? 3,000 share, 28,425. Totally they paid how much? 1,50,000. Or we can do that another way, no? What is the total shortage? 1,50,000. We have got 75,000 here, no? Per share is 75. Another is 60. 15 fives are 15 fours are. They are in the ratio of 5:4. In that, no, the total loss can be shared. My logic argument is, no, I collected how much? 75,000 from the first man. No, they become equal, no, divided by 8,000 share. Per share is how much? 9.475. First man paid how much? 47,375. Second man has been paid 28,425. So first man is already paid how much? 75,000 to 475. 1,22,375. Second man paid how much? 28,425. We collected. We have to show on the debit side. This money you have to show on the debit side. Total how much collected? 1,50,000. This is a very good problem. And also I work out differently. I think understand this point. Here the receipt we have got, we make the payment. If we make the payment for equity shareholder, that will come this side. But we have collected the money, that's why. See, this is my calls collected or call collected. Calls in arrears collected. How much money? 1,22,375 on 5,000 share and 28,425 on the second shareholder to make them equal deficiency. How much? 1,50,800. Both the side will tally for 16,15,800. Hope you understand. But it should be in the order of payment only. It should be in the order of payment only. First, they have got to pay 1,50,000. They have to pay. Then they have to pay legal expenses. Then they have to liquidation percentage on asset realized, percentage on preferential creditor, percentage on unsecured creditor. Even the preferential creditors are unsecured unless and until say other than they don't take. Then you have to pay the debenture holder and their interest. Then you have to pay preferential creditor. Then you have to pay the unsecured creditor. Then you have to pay preference shareholder and their dividend. If there's any shortage has come, that should be collected from equity share according to their shares are considered. Hope so. You have understood. I made myself a little bit trouble. I think I have explained detailing. Hope so. You have understood. This is a very good problem. This is a last year problem now. This money collection differs from teacher to teacher. I took as a collection and made it equal. So hope so. You understand. This should be in the order. This should be in the order only. Then we'll move on to next one. Third question. Following is the balance sheet of a company as on 31/3/2008. They have given a company's balance sheet is given. So we are doing the redemption of preference share here. This is a problem on redemption of preference share. Question number 3. I already told there are two types of share. One is the equity share, another is the preference shareholder. Equity shareholders are permanent shareholder, whereas the preference shareholders are temporary shareholder. Their money will be paid back after a stipulated time with the dividend. Now, how preference share will be redeemed? I am going to explain now. If you see here, you got a 8%, this is the rate of dividend. How much value is there? 1 lakh is there. You got 20,000 equity shares of 10 each. You already, security premium is nothing but share premium is there. General reserve is there. Profit and loss account there. Creditor and BP. If we here now, the company decided to redeem the preference share at a premium of 10%. Your value is 1 lakh. 10% means 10,000. Totally we have to pay 1 lakh 10,000. A fresh issue of 2,000 equity share of rupees 10 each at a premium of 40%, which has been paid in full. All the investment were sold for rupees 55,000. It arranged a bank overdraft to the extent necessary. The preference share were duly redeemed. So the major point of the preference share here now, first point to bear in mind in exam, whether the shares are issued, there are two funds are there. One is called general reserve and is called profit and loss account. From that, we have to create an account called CRR. What do you mean by CRR? Capital Redemption Reserve. So what's a major point to bear in mind? First point, you see that in exam, whether the shares are issued or if the shares are not issued, first you have to create the CRR. For the balance, you have to issue the share. If the shares are issued, first issue the share. For the balance, you have to create the CRR. This is a two important point to be bear in mind. What is the first point to mean? Whether the shares are issued, then create the CRR. If the shares are not issued, first create the CRR. For the balance, you have to issue the shares are considered. If you see here now, here, the shares are issued. How many shares are issued? 2,000 equity shares of 10 each at a premium of 40% have been issued. So 2,000. So 40% of 10 is 14 rupees have been issued here. So for the balance, you have to create. See that? You have got how much? 1 lakh is there and 10,000. If you see that, face value to be redeemed, 1 lakh. Premium to pay is 10,000. The law say, first you have to clear the premium. To clear the premium is there. So how much premium to clear? 10,000. Here, fresh issue has been made now. How much fresh issue? fresh issue. How many shares were issued? See that 2000 share into 10. See that 2000 shares of 10, 20,000. Then at a premium of 40%, 40% of 10 is 4. So 2000 into 4, 8,000. So first is how much? 20,000. Next is 8,000. So we have got a premium to payable 10,000. If we say the balance sheet now, your security premium is already existing. How much is there? 20,000. Out of the 20,000, we can clear off this 10,000. Clear off. You can clear this premium. Clear. Clear off 10,000. So what's your face value now? So the premium has been, that particular point has been over. How much premium is payable? 10,000. That has been cleared off with the existing premium. Further premium is also there. So 20 plus 8, 28. If the 10,000 gone, still we have got 18,000 in the balance sheet. So what's your face value? 1 lakh. By issuing the share, what's the face value you got? 20,000. How much shortage has come? 80,000. For that, you have to create CRR. With the help of general reserve and profit and loss account. If you see your balance sheet, your general reserve is 50,000, profit and loss account is 50,000. You got general reserve 50,000. Profit and loss. See that your investment has been sold for 55,000. In your balance sheet, what's your investment? 60,000. It has been sold for 55,000 at a loss of 5,000. You suffered a loss of 5,000. So out of 60,000, 50,000, how much loss we suffered? 5. So what's the amount available in the P&L account? 45,000. This is the amount available. So you have to create the CRR. You take 40,000 from the general reserve, 40,000 from the P&L account, or we can take 50,000 from the general reserve, 30,000 from the fund to make the CRR. Totally how much you require? 1 lakh. Out of, by issuing the share, how much you got? 20,000 is already got. Premium is already clear off with the existing. What is the shortage now? Out of 1 lakh, how much you have paid? 20,000. You got 1 lakh rupees to be payable face value. How much face value is available? 20,000. How much shortage? This is your shortage. Create CRR. To the extent of how much? 80,000. In your general reserve, 50,000 is there. In your P&L account, 50. Out of the loss of investment, 5,000. How much available? 45,000. We can take 40 from the general reserve, 40,000 from P&L account, or we can take 50,000 from the reserve, 30,000 from the profit and loss account. Hope so, you understand. First point to bear in mind, issue the share, for the balance create the CRR, or create the CRR, for the balance issue the share. Here, first we will issue the share. Bank account debtor 2014 is 28,000. To share capital 20,000. To share premium 8,000. We received how much money? 28,000. Face value is 20,000. Premium is 8,000. So out of that 1 lakh, how much already available? 20,000. How much is the shortage? 80,000. You create the CRR. I took 50,000 from the general reserve, 30,000 from the profit and loss account. General reserve account debtor, profit and loss account debtor to CRR account to the extent of 80,000. So your face value have been cleared off now. Now, what's your premium to payable? 8,000. Already existing premium is how much is there? 20,000. From that you can pay it off. Then security premium account debtor to redeemable preference share premium, you clear off the 10,000. We have to pay the premium of 10,000. You take out of the 20,000, you clear off how much money? 10,000. So face value, you already created 80,000 here, 20,000 here. Totally we have got how much money? 1 lakh. Then investment has been sold for how much money? 55,000 at a loss of 5,000. Loss means debit the losses. Entry, bank account debtor 55,000. Profit and loss account data 5,000 to investment account 60,000. Here, by selling the asset, there are three entries. At par, bank account data to investment account. Lower value, bank account data, profit and loss account data to asset account. Higher value, bank account data to asset account to profit and loss account. What's your face value here? 60,000. It has been sold for 55,000 at a loss of 5,000 here. Then you have to pay back now. Redeemable preference share capital account data are 1 lakh. Redeemable preference share premium account data are 10,000 to redeemable preference shareholder account 1 lakh. 10. Just a transfer entry. Before paying, it will be transferred to holder account. What's the entry? Preference share capital account data are 1 lakh. Redeemable preference share premium account data are 10,000 to redeemable preference shareholder account 1 lakh 10,000. Now pay back. Redeemable preference shareholder account data 1 lakh 10,000 to bank account 1 lakh. This is paid out. So then the problem says create bank overdraft. He said create the bank overdraft. If we see here now, you got here now, some amount you got like this. You got in the cash at bank 18,000. 18,000 is already available, is there now. This is your cash at bank. By selling the share, you got 28,000. This is by selling the share capital for 28,000. Then we got now, then this is by selling the share. By selling the investment, how much you got? 55,000. This amount available. 1 lakh 1,000 is available. How much you have to pay? 1 lakh 10,000 to be paid. This is payable. How much available? 1 lakh 1,000. How much shortage? 9,000. Create bank overdraft. Here see that 18,000 in the cash at bank. By issuing the share, how much you got? 28,000. By selling the investment, how much you got? 55,000. How much available? 1 lakh 1,000. How much is payable? 1 lakh 10,000. How much available? 1 lakh 1,000. How much shortage? 9,000. For that, you create the bank overdraft. The problem says. So 18,000 totally become 1 lakh 10,000. Redeem the preference shareholder 1 lakh 10,000. So you created the bank overdraft to the extent of 9,000 shortage. You got 1 lakh 10,000, paid him 1 lakh 10,000. So totally amount available is 1 lakh 1,000. How much shortage? 9,000. We have taken the bank OD to the extent of how much? 9,000 paid off. Then balance sheet. You already got in the equity share 2 lakh. See that in your balance sheet. How much you got? 2 lakh. By new issue share is 20,000. 2 lakh 20,000. In your security premium, how much you got? 20,000. 8,000 minus gone. It is 18,000. How much available? 20,000 plus 820. How much utilized? Minus 10,000 is utilized. How much available? 18,000. Then your P&L account, you have already existing how much? 50,000. Loss of investment 5,000. So this is 45,000. 30,000 gone. Balance is 15,000. CRR. This is very important. We have created the CRR and the preference share. Instead of preference share, we are going to write the CRR till it is issued to the public and that become the preference shareholder. Till then, it is called as CRR. It is kept as a reserve till it is issued to public. Once it is issued to public, CRR will go. In that, preference share capital will come. Till it is called as capital redemption reserve. Capital redemption reserve for what? This is for capital redemption reserve for preference shares. Preference share. When you issue the share, the CRR will go. In that day, preference share will come. Then you got here the capital redemption reserve. Creditor remains the same. BP remains the same. Your bank overdraft is 9,000. Totally 4 lakh 4,000. Machinery same. Building same. Furniture same. Data same. Yeah. And investment won't come because investment has been sold. investment has been sold. It won't come there. There is no cash at bank because cash at bank. See that in your old balance sheet? In your old balance sheet, cash at bank is it has been utilized. This has been sold. Sold, it has been utilized for bank account. That's why they won't appear in the balance sheet at all. It won't appear in the balance sheet. It will tally for 4 lakh for 2,000. So the major point in the redemption of preference share, first point to bear in mind, whether the company has issued the share. The word goes like this: sufficient number of shares will be issued. The problem say, then only you have to create the CRR. For the balance, you have to issue the share. By chance, in the examination, they will give the number, they will issue the share, means for the balance, you have to create the CRR. CRR with the help of general reserve and profit and loss. This should be very much, you have to understand. First, create the CRR, for the balance, issue the share, or issue the share, for the balance, you create the CRR. Hope you understand now. All the three problems have been solved. One is on issue of share, one is the liquidity or final statement of account. Another is called redemption of preference share. Hope you understand this. Best of luck to students, one by all. Exam is tomorrow itself. No, please go through the whatever the video I have been shown. Definitely it will help you. So bring the good name to your parent, to your institution, so that work hard. Accountancy, corporate accountancy is not at all intelligent. It's only hard work. Sit in the home, work very hard, bring the name to your institution, bring the name to your parent. Whatever the problem you are solved by the teacher, go through 1 or 2 times today. See that tomorrow when you are going to go through the question paper very slowly, read 2 or 3 times, understand the problem and solve the problem easily. There is no compulsory. If you ask A, first you have to answer A, no compulsory. A one question, then you can go to B also. Be careful, go through the question paper 2 or 3 times and solve the problem. Bring the good name to your institution, bring the good name to your parents also. Thank you once again. Please go through the question 2 or 3 times, slowly read and understand the problem and go with slow. You have to answer slow, go with a working notice, compulsory, wherever necessary, working notice, compulsory. I will tell you, we must be. It's only hard work. No intelligence is there. Just a hard work. Bring the good name to your institution. Bring the good name to your parent. So say best of luck. Thank you once again. So hope we'll do well in the exam. Thanks once again. Hope the best of luck in the exam.